I'm Judy Wineland, co-founder of Thompson Safaris and a board member of Focus on Tanzanian Communities. It was about 15 years ago that a group of Thompson Safaris travelers ventured into Tanzania on safari and visited a local school outside of Arusha. For those very ambitious people, the journey did not end when they stepped foot on the plane to come back to the United States. Wanting to kind of give back to this country that they fell in love with, they formed Focus on Tanzania Communities, which is dedicated to health, education, women's empowerment, and supporting various community projects across northern Tanzania. Focus on Tanzania Communities, which we call FOTS, works very closely with Thompson Safaris and has these very deep ties to local communities on the Thompson Safaris route. In fact, it is the continuing support of friends and travelers like you that has made it possible for FOTS to be able to fund the 15 schools that we support in northern Tanzania, as well as help educate about 15,000 students annually. We've also supported women's entrepreneurial programs, helping women start their own businesses. We've helped young students become more effective with their learning by providing teachers' houses and a much better infrastructure for education. And at Thompson Safaris, we continue to support FOTS at every level, both financially here in the United States as well as kind of our operation and ground support in Tanzania. And as a board member for Focus on Tanzania Communities and as a business owner in Tanzania for 30 years, I want to thank you wholeheartedly for your continued support and outstanding support that you've given to FOTS. And I encourage you to continue to support FOTS in the future.
For those who are moved by the amazing spirit of the Tanzanian people to be able to contribute to projects which directly benefit entire communities. Our mission is to collaborate with Tanzanian communities to overcome economic and social challenges through a working partnership that directs resources toward sustainable projects. We give special focus to proposals that support education and women's empowerment.
All projects funded by FOTS need to be verified, so our board of directors will visit Tanzania at their own expense, visit the projects to make sure that they're done to specifications, being used to meet the community needs. In addition, we employ somebody on the ground who makes sure that all the projects are running as expected.
Good. We work actually very closely with the government on the Millennium Goals, which one of those is the empowerment of women. But the piece that we focused in on Focus on Tanzania Communities is the idea of opportunity and resources. So we bring professional beaters who have a very different skill level than some of our very traditional Maasai women and teach them actually new beading techniques, and then our tourists come and buy the Maasai jewelry, which then enhances their entire lives. They're able to afford better schooling, they're able to afford much better living conditions.
I'm Rick Harriman. I'm from Cambridge, Mass. in the United States. We came to Tanzania in 2003 on safari and just fell in love with the country and visited a number of the schools. And my daughter was killed in an automobile accident, and Michaela was very much of a community person. She just is a natural community builder. So it felt like a very natural thing to do, is to build something that would be a community center.
One of the underlying premises of all the projects that Focus on Tanzanian Communities supports is that they partner with the communities in sustainable projects. And what that means is that the communities present their desire to make a difference or to do something meaningful. And so one case we visited while we were here was a maize mill. A group of Maasai women up in the Loliondo district had asked for a maize mill to not only grind their own corn, but in order to grind corn from locals. And as a result of coming in and building it, SPOTS funded it, together they're now making a profit and they're reinvesting that profit. And very interestingly, they've purchased bulls, and with those bulls they can continue to make additional profit and to develop and expand their business. And they're at the point where they're trying to figure out how they diversify their business into something else. So one very simple project, not very much money, having a huge impact in a small community.